Yes, guys, welcome to another episode of Rio Presents, brought to you by Crafted, one of our trusted partners. And you know what, guys? We are coming to you live and direct this weekend. Massive title race, two massive games in terms of determining where this title is going to go, where this Premier League title is going to end up. Huge weekend. Loads of people getting involved. You know what? You got to make sure send in your questions. This is live. This is direct to you guys. This is back. Straight back at the community, send the questions in. We're going to try and get them on the screen as soon as possible. We've got to start getting into this, man. Obviously, we'll get into Arsenal and their capitulation and whatever you want to call it. Joe, you look down, man. Are you all right?
Yeah, just had a long weekend.
Joe, you sound absolutely... Whoa! That was not what I was expecting. That sounds depression.
No, I know you guys are watching and you think it's because of the football, but it's not, because I just had a long weekend. I stayed up late for the boxing yesterday. I was at the boxing and now I'm tired.
Well, you got knocked out as well.
I did, yeah. I did go to the game yesterday as well. I was tired doing that as well. So there's so much. But listen, there's a lot of football to talk about from this weekend. I think we need to analyze Chelsea's performance against City, because true say they were the home team. You know, I really do think that's really important. I mean, look, it's fair, right? Yeah. And also for everybody watching, I know I've been getting messages all weekend on my Instagram saying, oh, JoeL, make sure that you go live on time tomorrow with Rio. Oh, JoeL, stay strong. I'm like, what? We do Rio Presents on a weekly basis. We're here with our people from Crafted Weekly. It's about the football, and that's all it's about. Ain't that right, Rio?
Yeah, let's get into this. I don't know where the waffle's unbelievable from you as an Arsenal man, right? Listen, City Chelsea today. We'll get to Arsenal in a minute, but the City Arsenal Chelsea game just finished at Stamford Bridge. City made light work of this Chelsea team, and not that we're surprised given the form that City have come into. But one of the things we can talk about the players and whatnot, but I have to say, if you look at the Arsenal game yesterday against Bournemouth, right, and you look at this game, City versus Chelsea today. Half-time played a massive part in the City versus Chelsea game. City didn't come out of traps fast. Lackluster first half. Didn't look with it. Goal disallowed Cucurella. And you're thinking, right, can they slip up here? Pep gets them in at half-time, and I don't know what he said, but he's rattled that change room, and he probably rattled a few guys in there and said, you better go out there and show me you want to win this. And they've come out a different team and then smashed 3 past Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, by the way, right? And Arsenal yesterday needed something like that after the first half to come out and you're going, you know, we're going to lift it. We'll see. Disappointing first half. Can they lift it? Arsenal just never showed that. I don't know what's gone on here. And I look at it and think Arsenal should be sitting there going, wow, what an opportunity this is. And I know the pressure's on, and I've been there myself where you're in the lead and the momentum, we keep saying the word momentum, and there's a shift, right? But you can't allow these moments to just slip through your hands. They've been here far too many times, and that's happened. They know that experience. They've got to get away from it, and sometimes it comes down to just being ugly, hard to play against, and doing all the basic fundamentals really, really well.
But Rio, I've got to argue and say I don't really think that's their issue. I can't say that they're as ugly as they've ever been. You know, they've been scraping out results more than they've ever scraped out results. You know, yes, we're going to focus on Chelsea at a second, but just to cut you in there, I think we're just toothless up top. If I'm really honest with you, that's the difference. If you look at Man City in the second half, they come out, Rio, right? And their top players say, right, we're going to score. Even when Haaland is not scoring, Haaland is effective in every other way, right? A bit like Gyökeres, but then you've got Doku that comes in and steps in. Semenyo always threatening. You know, you never know if you're going to get a goal from Cherki. You know, it can come from anywhere. Our argument is we don't know who it's going to come from. We're relying on a 16-year-old.
No, but you know, that's not my point. My point is you guys, you're working hard and you've run more than Bournemouth, I think, yesterday anyway as well, right? So the work ethic isn't the problem. It's actually, you know what I'm saying, having like the confidence and the arrogance to go, give me the ball and I'm just going to do something and make something. Just get a shot off. Like, that's what I used to say. That's what we always talk about in the change room at these moments, especially, right? it's not about a frilly performance, because in these moments, I don't remember many times where we always played well in these moments, right? But we have players that will you're saying, just get your shots off. Just make the crowd go mad with a tackle, with a shot, with a pass, with an aggressive run off the ball, chase someone down. Like, it doesn't have to be the best flowing football, dribbling past 3-4 players. It just needs to be, you know what? What do I want to get out of this situation? I want to change the atmosphere in this stadium. And those things I just mentioned do that. Arsenal don't do that enough. Everything's very passive. Everything's very like methodical. And it's
handbrake on Rio.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
Like,
Safe.
But I would say, yeah, everyone's playing safe. And it looks like everyone's playing scared at the moment now, especially in attacking areas. And even nervousness at the back's creeping in, right? But what I would say as well is that a lot of the blame from your fans is like Arteta. I would say, like, his substitutions were quite positive. Like, on 50-something minutes, I think Trossard came on, Eze came on, then Dauman came on. Like, they're positive substitutions. But, again, those things I just mentioned weren't being implemented. And also, can we just talk about what's going on with all of the training ground stuff, like that's getting let out? Like,
before we get into that, Rio, I know that's really important, the TikTok stuff. I want to ask you, we have the privilege of having someone such as yourself. You've been through this. You spoke about the halftime message from, Pep Guardiola and what it probably did. Do you remember having any halftime messages where, it was difficult for you, but Sir Alex comes out and he goes, he gives you guys the message, especially in a title running like this? Is there anything that you remember?
Yeah, I mean, I remember we scored a goal late at Blackburn. I think it might have been Tevez. I think Spurs. These were late run-ins. Like, I think Liverpool was one of them as well, maybe away. All three of those games were away from home at some point. I don't know exactly when they were, but I just remember, like, Sir Alex was calm, man. And again, that's experience. And that's what Arteta hasn't got. Arteta ain't got that experience of understanding these moments. And was Sir Alex Ferguson crazy and loud in the early parts of his career? Maybe so. But I'm saying, when I was there in this time, I just remember calmness. Like, guys, just keep getting in the dangerous areas and keep putting them under pressure. Make the defenders defend. Make the keeper make saves. There weren't no like outlandish, like crazy recipe. It was like, just get the ball forward into good areas. Trust yourselves. You're here. You're great players. Chances come. Be clinical. And
so
don't come off. Go on. And the last thing is, don't come off the pitch with any regrets. It's simple stuff, man. It ain't no rocket science. I'm trying to rewrite the rule books and all that stuff. It's simple shit. And I was surprised at first. I was like, how are these guys so calm, man? Like, I always say this one. We dropped points at Southampton away my first year in the running, right? And it was like, I was depressed in the change room. As soon as he walked off that pitch, I was like, oh my God, we've thrown it away. Oh my days, we drew. And I remember hearing Roy Keane, I think Nev was there as well, talking about, well, that's a point gained. I was thinking that's 2 points lost. They were going, it's a point gained. And it just changed my mindset. And that's what Arsenal need and haven't got. That experience, who know those moments and how to navigate those moments right now. And that's my concern for Arsenal, because experience counts for a lot of this stage.
So you're telling me Sir Alex, who we know that gives hairdryer treatments during times like this, or even in the season where you lost it on goal difference, he was calm?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I remember we lost to Everton in the run-in. And he was like, after the game, it's different. After the game, he went nuts. Immature, inexperienced type performance, and all the experience in this room. And like, he went bananas and put it on us. And we end up losing that title because City beat us as well the week later, I think it was, right? So, and that's why I keep, and people probably going, Rio keeps mentioning momentum. That year we lost to Everton at home, or we drew to Everton at home 4-4, I think it was, or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it felt like a loss, right? Because if we win that game, we probably win the league, right? And then following week or whatever it was, a couple of games later, we play City. We get beat by City. That Everton game it created a momentum loss, and it created some doubts. And again, we're an experienced team with experienced players, and we're sitting there going, whoa. We are under it. We've got to go to the Etihad, like Arsenal have got to do now. I think Arsenal are going to the Etihad, aren't they, to play City?
Yeah, and you're like, this time next.
I know that feeling. They're going to be going there thinking, "Oh my gosh, like, can we try and nick a 1-0 here? Like, can we try?" that's going to be the feeling. I've been there, like, and I feel that I don't see them coming into that game with any other mindset than, like, as much as they try to be positive and all of them positive messages that Arteta will be throwing in, right? There'll be players going in there going, this is going to be really hard. Like, because I've seen it, I've been there, and this City team's, I think, a better team than even that team, and it's got experience in there, players that know how to win and navigate these situations. So if Arsenal get anything out of that game, I think it's going to be almost a miracle for me right now, the way that the momentum shift and an inexperience in that dressing room.
Thank you for the information. I'm just writing notes here, just in case I can get it to someone. So you're saying confidence?
Gone. Hard to get back now. Like an experience.
So you're saying it's not...
Listen, Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff are going to be throwing all the different things in. Listen, they've done the TikTok screen and training. They've done the pens. Yes. God knows what they've done when the cameras ain't there, right? I don't know what he's going to throw in this week, right? But I think it's going to be really difficult to get this team feeling confident. Now, if they go into the game and they get a confident moment and a boost in the first few minutes of the game and they get the first goal, everything changes, right? And that's what they got to be aiming for. But if City go ahead, it's a 2-3-4-0.
If City go ahead, it's a... Okay, cool. Well, I want to talk about... First of all, I'm seeing all these messages, Steve incoming. If Steve comes on, I'm gone. Right? He's been trying to get through to me the whole weekend.
He's in the waiting room waiting right now.
Everyone following, and where's Steve? We're here to have a proper football chat and concentrate on Chelsea's performance and how Arsenal can, get themselves into a good game this time next Sunday. But I appreciate the notes. I wanna look into some of the players who are actually performing for Pep Guardiola at the moment. I mean, Rayan Cherki, Rio, this guy. When I first saw him a few years ago, I know that a lot of the French players were hyping up about him, and I thought, that's all right, but it's all highlights. Remember seeing him in the French national YouTube channels, and he's scoring all these goals, all these benders, and I'm thinking, but can he play football, Rio? He comes into the Premier League first season, and my oh my, have you seen a player like that for a long time?
I reckon Rayan Cherki's looking at the Premier League right now and going, what's all the hype? Like, they try to call France the Farmers League. No. Because I'm coming here slapping up this league, doing kick-ups, taking liberties with the biggest and best teams they're calling over here, and no one can chat to me. And Pep's tried to squash like my flair maybe a little bit and made me play a little, but no, I'm not having it. I'm doing me. And he's impacting games. I think he's a breath of fresh air. He's the maverick type that we're saying has been run out of the game the last few years. And we've got a few players coming back now. Lamine Yamals of this world. Do you know what I mean? All the guys at Paris Saint-Germain, there's too many to name. Rayan Cherki is starting to creep into an area where you're going, right, not that he's at their level right now because he still needs to play a bit more football, but in the Premier League, he's showing stuff and glimpses at the top end of the table in a run-in to win the league. He's showing no fear and no respect for any opponent, and I love it. And I'm not even a City fan. I don't like City. They know that. They don't like me. When you see class like that, I don't care what you say. You've got to appreciate, because I'm a football lover before anything. I love football, and I love to see class, and I like to see somebody who's got a bit of arrogance. Like, you don't care, but it's a nice arrogance because it's a football style arrogance that I like. And he's just, I think he's a wonderful footballer, and he makes you sit on the edge of your seat and think, what's he going to do next? I can't read what he's going to come with.
Absolutely wonderful. I mean, we saw during the game today, my man's flicking it up, playing the ball down the line, doing an absolute madness. Even the goal, even the assist for the goal outside of the ball, right to the player. I mean, you saw him rolling around like Sideshow Bob when he played against Arsenal. It takes me to his attitude. Do you like his attitude, Rio? Yes or no?
Yeah, I just like his arrogance. He just don't care. He don't care about reputations. He's like, I think he sits there and thinks, I'm going to be the best player in the world. I think that's what he thinks. And I know from what I hear from people that he's working hard behind the scenes on his body. I think that was one of the question marks. Does he work hard enough? I spoke to Thierry Henry a little while ago when he was away, and he's had him and coached him, and he was saying, listen, like if he works hard, this guy could do anything, could be anything. And I think that he's showing the Premier League doesn't suffer any fools. You can't carry any players. And he's proving what an influence he can be. And you know, I've got to say another special shout out, Nico O'Reilly. Yeah. This guy's got 9 goals 6 assists from left back, scored some massive goals, especially recently in the last few weeks. And if you want to put that into perspective, what he's doing from left back, by the way, he's got more goal involvements, right? Well, I think he's got one less goal involvements, but he's got more goals than Florian Wirtz, who's £100+ million player from left back, by the way. So he has been like, I think he's a young player of the year in the Premier League this year.
What, ahead of Cherki? I don't know if he's ahead of Cherki.
I think he's been unreal from left back.
He has been unreal. Yes.
And the goals that he scored, he scored some big goals. He scored in the final of the Carabao Cup. He scored big goals, man. Yeah. He scored in big goals in Champions League. I think he's wonderful. But another one, sorry, I'm keeping on going on here. It's about City.
Go.
But Marc Guéhi could be the biggest fumble by Liverpool Football Club in the last few years. They need centre backs. They need someone who can come in and hit the ground running, who's got Premier League experience. £20 million snip. They fumbled the bag with him, man, because his influence on this team, the calmness that he's brought. And I'll never forget, I've done a lot of work with JoeL Lescott, and shout out JoeL Lescott. He's been on the channel before.
Shout out JoeL.
I'll never forget him. He worked with him with the under-21. I think he worked with him, with England under-21s maybe at some point, and said that Marc Guéhi will always just rise to the level, whatever level he's put at. So however high he goes to, he won't go beyond it, really. He's not an air and graces beyond it, but he'll get to that level and he'll perform to that level. And he's doing that now at City. I think he's been brilliant since he's gone there. He hasn't looked out of place at all. Calm with the ball. I think today he had the most touches for City in the game. Again, in a title running. Like, that's showing. It's big balls, man. So well done to Marc Guéhi.
Rio, I've got to bring it back to Cherki quickly, right? I've got a mate.
Oh, Steve is in with the shades. If you can't see it and you're only hearing this, Steve is in with the shades. And Joel's hit a brick wall. Joel, the smirk, the smile, the grin on Steve's face. Wow. You called it, Steve. You called it.
Rio, I recognise patterns. That's what I do, right?
That's what you do.
It's so obvious this was going to happen. And the main reason is your man Lego Head in the dugout. He is the main culprit in all of this. If you give Tony Pulis $1 billion in 8 years, he delivers you a Premier League title. I have got absolutely no doubts in my mind whatsoever, and that's what happens. Meanwhile, you got players out here blaming the dry grass at home.
No. That was a mad one. That's inexperience.
Right. The amount of content yesterday's game has produced, I've still not even consumed it all. There was a heat map of Declan Rice, and the hottest part was the corner. Think about that. The hottest part of his heat map was the corner flag. He had the most passes only by one to their goalkeeper. What sort of harambol is being played by these lot? The champions elect got schooled at home by Bournemouth. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely. They created 0.05 open play XG. What
you know what, Steve? You know what? Arsenal, yeah. I done a bit of research. Arsenal, Chelsea and Arsenal, they're and I think Inter Milan are three of the teams that have got the centre backs having the most touches on the ball. Saliba at Arsenal, Trevor Chalobah at Chelsea, and Inter have got Bastoni. And you're looking at it and going, that I think there's been a cycle of that in the Premier League, but all the other teams, you look at all the other teams like Barca, Pedri's the main guy, Vitinha at PSG, Bruno Fernandes at Man United, Joshua Kimmich at Bayern. Do you know what I mean? You got Modric at AC Milan, even at Liverpool's Curtis Jones, Rodri at Man City. Like, it's like you're looking at it and going, like, the guys touching the ball. You want to be the guys, I think, that are further forward in your team and who are influencing again. The best footballers you want touching the ball the most of the time. I know sometimes it's harder to get them the ball, but surely with all of this structure and trying to like manipulate and really control every part of your team, that should be one of the main focuses. And it's no surprise that PSG are the best team in the world right now, the last 18 months, current Champions League holders and doing well again. That Vitinha is the main guy who gets all the ball in that team, the controller. City, been the best team in England for how long? Rodri's the main guy who controls everything that goes. And there's no coincidence, by the way. City have hit a mad bit of form. Rodri's fit. Like, it says it all. And Arsenal, yesterday, again, Raya's second most touches. Do you know what I mean? Saliba has the most touches in your team. It just stinks of a conservatism that you look at and you go, I always think, and I learned at Man United, and City are the same. To win the big trophies, you've got to take risks. The big trophies get won when risks are taken. Barcelona have done it over the years. City do it. Do you know what I mean? You look at PSG now, there's risk all over the pitch, whether it's movement, whether it's running, whether it's on the ball with passes and having the arrogance to do stuff. But there's risk involved in all of these teams I've just mentioned there when you're winning big trophies. And Arsenal right now don't seem to be willing to take the risks. There seems to be like there's a handbrake that's on there that's going, I don't want to be the one to lose the ball right now because the whole stadium's on edge. The stadium's booing after the game at the weekend against Bournemouth. I'm seeing so many of the Arsenal guys, especially content creators, Arteta out. If he doesn't win it this year, I want him gone, blah, blah. It's just, this feeds into the players. I'm telling you.
They look nervous, don't they? They're playing nervous. And I think that's because of how tweaked out Arteta is on the sideline. And then you see, I mean, that pen thing. What I want to know, if Fergie had brought out a lot of biros and said, lads, all these like this in training, how many of you would have been like, I've got a tight, I need to go see the physio. I'm not playing this.
Steve, can I say, you know what it is, right? Players, they smell bullshit, man. Players are like the geezers down the pub. It's just that they're paid a lot more money. Do you know what I mean? They still think a lot the same, right? And I'll give you an example. David Moyes comes into Man United, right? And I love David Moyes, and I'm not trying to speak bad of him, but he came in early doors, so we're getting a chance to look at him, see what he's about. And David Moyes came in, and he was the manager. And one of the training sessions, he had goalkeeper gloves on, right? And he's doing a drill where you've got to get the ball into his hands, and he's got goalkeeper gloves on. The lads are pissing themselves. The lads are cracking up, laughing, going, "What is this? Our manager's got goalkeeper, like take the mick." And I can imagine, I would put a lot of money that there would have been players after the session, especially because it was on TV and it was filmed, would have been going, how are we carrying pens like that in a group of four the way we were? How are we holding up pens as like a messaging for the players to understand unity and togetherness, like for the world to see us, and we're going to be memes now. There's no doubt in my mind that while they were doing it and they could hear the cameras clicking, that they weren't all in the huddle going, lads, we're fucked. Lads, we're going to be done. We're done. 100% they were thinking like that. 100%, million.
He's got such a history for this. You've got his, is it a duck or a rabbit thing, which he did on the Amazon doc. You've got his hiring of a magician to pickpocket the players at the Christmas party. You just think he's got one of these a month. And like you said before, how many of these is he doing when the cameras aren't there that we don't know about? The lads just must be absolutely sick of it. Do you know what they need? Danny Simpson played for us yesterday again. And we was talking about their win 10 years ago. And it's absolutely mental what's happened to Leicester because they're looking like they're going down to League One at the moment. They're in trouble. 10 years after winning the Premier League. And I was chatting to him about, like, he said something about, I think he got sent off 8 games to go. And they had a bit of a break. And he was expecting, come in, we're going to work on this. I think they just lost to Arsenal in the running, 7 or 8 games to go. And Danny got, or the whole team even, got given like a whole week off and they went to Dubai on a smash.
Yeah, that's what Arsenal need. You said that the other week. Steve. You said that the other week. Steve, you could be a manager, you know, in the Premier League. I'm telling you. You said that the other week.
I don't know about the Premier League, but I have to ask Rio, go back to the gloves, please. David Moyes. What did he say when he had those gloves? There's one thing wearing them. There's one thing you guys laughing, and I know you were leading the pack laughing, Rio. I know how you laugh. I know it was you leading the pack. What did he say?
He didn't have to say a word, Joel. Our manager's walking out with a pair of big Sondico goalkeeper gloves on. He was a centre half, right? And we're all going to each other. Is he for real here? Like, what's he going to do with them on? And it was like everyone was like, "What is going on here?" It was madness. But listen, and my point is not really about David Moyes. It's more about the impact of a manager doing something that the players might find like, "Whoa, that's a bit weird." And I think there's too many situations right now in this run-in that the players are sitting there going, "Our boss is doing a bit of a freaky one there. What's this about?" And you know what? I get where Mikel Arteta is coming from in that he's trying things. He wants to get a reaction out of these players, but I don't think those things should be getting done in the glare of the public when your team's under enough pressure as it is, and you're just lining people up, you're lining your team up to just take blows if and when it doesn't go the way it's meant to. And at the moment, I mean, Arsenal, I mean, the fans do enough themselves in terms of trying to make memes of themselves, but the managers, I think, put the players in a position where if you don't win this league this year, there's too much to talk about and too much memes that are going to be delivered in WhatsApp groups and social media for time. Too long to even think about what's gone on in this last 2 weeks.
It's happening, Rio. It's happening.
I still think Arsenal can win. If Arsenal go to the Etihad, they win. They win the league if they win it there. If they win in Etihad, they win.
Do we have to even win there?
No, you don't ever have to win. No, you don't.
We can't lose. That's what I'm saying, Steve. That's what I'm saying. I don't even think we need to win there. I think we're in a position where
a draw would be massive for you.
If you go there and sit back, Joe, if you go there and sit back and say, right, okay, like Liverpool done with PSG the other day, right, and played 5 at the back, it's Slapsville. We're getting pumped. You can't do that. It's not. I don't. And do you win leagues doing that?
I mean, this year we might get away with it. I want to ask, how concerning is it though, Rio, that Pep seems to have shown everyone else how to nullify Arsenal since the Carabao Cup? How concerning would you say?
Really? Did you not watch Michael Carrick do it his second game in?
but this is a bit more different. I think it was a
manager
bit more.
bounce.
This is glaring. Like the way City set up were just blocking all passing lanes, pressing high. They had 4 up the pitch. I don't think Bournemouth went 4 up the pitch as glaring and in exactly the same way. But they were great at in terms of blocking passing lanes through and making Arsenal have to go over it or just panic a little bit and give the ball away. And I think is that the blueprint? Well, Bournemouth have copied it in a way, in their own way, a little bit from what Pep done. And Mikel Arteta and his team haven't found an answer yet because weren't a good performance, lackluster, dull in a title run-in. At least get about and put it on some players, man. Like I said, I'm going to go back to it. I've been in title run-ins where it's got tight, man, and you're playing away. And it ain't too often where you play beautiful football. Like City have played today in the second half and you go, they've just blown them away. Yeah. Loads of games that we played, and Steve, you would have been there, where you go, well, it's just good to get the 3 points there. Well done, lads. And Arsenal just don't seem right now to be able to get even that done, which is really worrying.
The amount of times that I've seen us have bad performances, but and the Villa one is the Makeda Villa is the one that sticks in my mind the most. We would be knocking on the door. We might not be ahead. We might not have played pretty, but we are knocking on the door. Like, we didn't lose. We run out of time. That was the old saying, wasn't it? And that's how it always felt with United, is that we might concede, but we're going to be on the door, and we're going to be on you, and we're going to be pushing till the end. That's not the case with Arsenal. You can't convince me it is.
Yeah, and I used to speak to opposing players, like especially defenders or whatever, or even certain mates that I had at other clubs, and after games like that, especially in run-ins, and they'd go like, we might win 1-0 or nick it 2-1 or whatever. And it will be like, luckily, thank God we got that win. And you speak to their players and it'd be like, I can't walk. Like, they have been absolutely under it. Thighs are gone, lactic acid everywhere. Like, they're in a mess, right? Because we've put them under such duress throughout the game, especially the last 15, 20 minutes, where it was like wave after wave. And that's probably the disappointing thing. And that's why you're getting boos, I think, at the Emirates, because they're not leaving where, you know what, at least they've thrown the kitchen sink at it, and there's a bit of luck not on your side maybe, but you've given everything, and the keeper's made a lot of the time. Brad Friedel, another one. Tim Howard, they were man of the matches after time in these types of games. The opposing goalkeeper, but it just doesn't seem to be that way for Arsenal at the moment. And again, what could change it is if you manage to get a result at the Etihad. If you manage to get a result there, guys, and you don't lose, it's still in your hands.
Rio, I want to give a massive... Wait, hold on. 260. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's joined in this live. I know you guys have seen the advertisements. You guys have got your notifications on. Keep on smashing that like button. Get the questions in. I don't want to see all of these game over questions. Game over, Joel. What's going on? Steve with the shades. I don't want none of that. I want proper football chat. I want to take it back, Rio, to the Arsenal.
Can't talk football when you lot are playing rugby. Come on, man.
No,
You're playing rugby. Oh,
whoa. What's this on the screen? What is this? What's going on?
No,
we got a malfunction.
Where did he get that bottle? Where did he get that bottle? This guy's gone viral, by the way.
Oh my gosh. We got guys.
The admin team are on smoke today, boy. Wow.
Steve, stop sending these in. I told you in the group chat, man.
Rio,
Stop
I
it.
think you'd have been having so much fun if you were still playing while AI, like picture creation's a thing.
If I was playing now, say you're going against if you're the City players now, I'd be on Twitter right now. I'd be on Instagram, right? Just putting the boot on the neck, just
Steve,
twisting it about.
Rio, are the boos fair? Arsenal getting booed post match. Was it fair?
Fans are entitled to have a response, but I don't think it's helpful. I don't think it's helpful for your team, who, by the way, are still top of the league and the title's still in your hands. Like if someone had said at the beginning of the season to your fan base, guys, the title's still in your hands, you've got 7 or whatever games to go, and you've still got a cushion, you would have all bitten an arm off to have that. But now we're here, and your fans are like, it's the most entitled bunch I've ever seen. Like, I don't understand how you can be sitting there booing.
Context is key, right?
What's the context?
Let's be honest. The context is we should have run away with this league 2 months ago.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Listen, you got no
time we
why.
handed it over to him. It's like we're going, Here you go. No, you can have it back.
No.
Here you go. No, you can have it back.
No, if that result meant that City are now top of the league and they're going to go ahead of you if they win tomorrow, like today, then I would probably go, you know what? Actually, I get what you're saying. You still got a cushion. It's still in your hands.
It is, but we've lost 3 out of the last 4. And this is the business end of the season, Rio.
And you still can win the league.
No, and I'm not saying that we won't. I feel like we're going to win it by 1 point, right? But
you're not helping your team then. If you're booing your team, you're not helping your team to go and win it.
I didn't boo them, but I'm just saying if you're looking at the last 25 years, you can understand the frustration. You can understand where it's coming.
I don't see how you can justify booing your team when you're top of the league with still with a cushion and we're going to boo him into going to the Etihad.
I'm not
how
saying
does that make sense?
I'm not saying we should boo him.
Why are you trying to justify it?
I'm saying no, I'm not. I'm saying that I understand where some of the fans are coming from. I'm not saying it's right. I think we should be supporting them because I reckon. It's not entitlement. It's we're looking at they expect better.
How many years?
We ain't won it since 03-04, but they're expecting better, right? They're expecting better from our players because it looks like every time we get ourselves in a position where we should, right? We should be controlling or at least, doing better. We're coming up short,
That's football. That is football. That's life. By the way, we're top of the league with a cushion. Let's cheer the boys into Etihad because it's going to be tough enough as it is to go up there and get anything out of that game. Do you think the players are better off now that your fan base are booing them at the Emirates going into the game at the Etihad? Do you think that leaves them in a good position, confidence-wise?
No. I mean, look, let me just write my notes and just so I can get to the fans.
I can't believe you're trying to justify the booing. It's unbelievable.
Rio, how many titles have you won since Arsenal last won it? 5?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know Leicester's name is on every British trophy or English trophy higher up than Arsenal's?
We don't need those stats.
Wow.
We don't need those stats.
Where are you finding these stats, man?
Don't know, just a font of all useless knowledge.
Did you see Yannick Bolassi's tweet, by the way?
Yeah. Oh, bang on, mate!
Great tweet. He was upset about
it was Raya
having all the touches of the ball and when you've got top players and you've got expressive players in your team, how is the goalkeeper getting more touches than those guys? I get it. I totally understand it. And by the way, if you don't know about Yannick Bolasie, guys, go on YouTube and that guy was a maverick. That guy was an entertainer. He was somebody you would pay to go and play football because it'd either make you laugh or it'd make you cry as an opposing fan.
Yeah, I mean, I completely hear his point.
And that sort of absolute swag.
Yeah. I want to read out this super chat, Rio, that's coming from Joshua Bowwater. Shout out to you. Based on how they play, do Arsenal? What am I missing something?
No. This just read it out. It makes me laugh.
Bowwater. Yeah. Based on how they play, do Arsenal even get top? Come on, man. If they put a stop to the NFL blocking routines at corners.
No, because Liverpool are going to get a decent manager next season, and they've got enough talent in that squad that they're going to be in the mix. Chelsea will probably get rid of the LinkedIn fella, and they'll get someone that knows, like get Sam Allardyce in, and they'll be sound. United are going to be in the mix. City will be top of the Championship after they get relegated after winning the league this year. Villa are going to fall off because they're going to have to sell everyone. Yeah, you probably come fourth.
Wait, if City get points deducted this season and get relegated, does Arsenal win the league?
This is what needs to happen, Rio. City win it, but then get docked. And then Arsenal get it slid over the table, and they don't even get to celebrate. And I die of laughter.
Oh, that would be a bad way to go out, man.
Is that really?
But then it might actually even save Spurs going down as well because Spurs are in trouble.
Yeah, Spurs deserve him, man. I hope he gets them out of it, but it's going to be a tall order.
Have you seen them give him is it a 6-year deal they've given him?
Yeah, but you need to give him a long-term deal, man. You've got to build the place. Regardless if they go down or not, you've got to give someone a chance to build the place up, man.
I think there is more chance of me being the next Spurs manager than him seeing 6 years out at Spurs.
Oh, yeah, I agree. But I reckon if they go down, he stays another year minimum.
Be interesting to see what happens there with them because that's gonna be very interesting to see how they cope because the Championship ain't easy.
Really difficult. I wouldn't take any of their players. I've seen that from Kenny Allison. Would you take any of the Spurs players at Man United? Not right now, no. Can't think of any that I'd take, especially the way they're playing now.
But don't you think that if they're in another atmosphere, like different zone, like you said it yourself,
Van der Ven maybe. Van der
Ven, I think he's one that could, if he's in the right, atmosphere.
Jed Spence actually. Jed Spence.
Yeah, exactly on the left back, exactly. So you never know. I was going to say there's a few more questions that I'm receiving from the Arsenal fan bases here. One question I saw was, does Zubimendi deserve the hate that he's received from the Arsenal fan base? I don't know if you've seen the hate that Zubimendi's been getting.
I've seen it loud and clear. They're just saying that like he's like been a liability. He was bought just because of a good game in the Euros final. He's the weak link, and that. I'm like, he might have been at fault. He might have been at fault for a goal or something like that, and he's given the ball away a few times or made mistakes when the ball's been played directly from the goalkeeper to him in that holding role. But I wouldn't say it's down to him. I think Arsenal's biggest problems for me is more their lack of attacking kind of flair, their willingness to just take the shackles off and just go for it. That's been more for me. I'd be worried about that as an Arsenal fan because I think Zubimendi, I think there's enough around him, there's enough defenders, etc., to be able to well, where's that coming from? What's about?
What's that image about?
Oh, that's the Theo Walcott saying like, could this team, current Arsenal team, beat the Man United 08 team, Champions League winning team?
What's going on with the professionalism of the production?
No, the admin today, they're on smoke. Who is it? Who's on it today? Is it Crofty? It's Crofty.
Mate.
It's Steve or Crofty. Steve he's the puppet master.
Guys, I'm not going to be around if we're not going to have a professional setting. I'm just letting you know.
You won't be along.
I'm not going to be around. Oh my gosh, this is incredible right about now. Like, also, Rio, do you think this is going to be Arteta's last season if he doesn't win the league?
I would be careful what you wish for. If as an Arsenal fan, if you think that getting rid of Arteta is going to be the best thing that you guys could do, you have to remember where you guys were when he came. Where were you guys when he came in? I think, are you guys unbeaten in Champions League still this year?
Until Harry Kane absolutely dicks them down.
I believe so.
But what my point is, like, you guys are consistently qualifying for the Champions League. You weren't before Arteta came. You're finishing second most of the time when he's here. You're fighting for the Premier League year in, year out, it seems right now. Like, you got to get over the line. Yes, I know, but you think that the grass is greener over there somewhere with another manager? Who is it? Who's the manager?
Luis Enrique.
Shut up, man. Come on, Joe. Talk sense. Come on.
What? You asked me and I gave you. Why not?
He's leaving the best team in the world to go Arsenal. Are you crazy?
No, but he's linked somewhere. you guys reckon there's a chance that he might go United, and if there's a chance that he might go United, why would he not go Arsenal? We're constantly
every manager other than Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, or Cesc Fabregas will go to Man United over Arsenal.
I was going to say that's another one. Cesc Fabregas is another one. I was going to say like there's a lot of people vying for him.
I'll take him, but he don't guarantee you anything. He ain't won nothing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
As talented as he is, I'm just saying like it's not like you're going to go from Arteta and go, oh, we've got a certainty. Pep's your only certainty, and he ain't coming to Arsenal.
Yeah, he's only a certainty if you give him 200 million every window, January and summer.
What's the typo here? Luis Enrique to Arsenal. What does that mean? They need to stop. I get it. They need to stop. People calling out my professionalism, saying, how can I say that I'm not going to work in a professional environment whilst I'm the one that's been coming on with cake and shades over the last few years?
By the way, sorry. So I want to say something. You talk about Luis Enrique.
You're not going to show for it, aren't you?
Wait, Steve. You're talking about Luis Enrique going to Arsenal. Did you see the shade that you put on your team in the press conference the other day? By the way,
what did he say? No,
yeah, he said that some teams actually was it you? Were you talking about teams want to play set pieces and long ball and stuff like that? And Liverpool came back and they obviously played 5 at the back when they came to them the other day. I think he was alluding to Arsenal.
He could have been talking about anyone. We can't put that on us, really. You know. I want to bring it back really quickly. Obviously, Chelsea have played City. And we were talking about Cherki earlier on, right? And Pep's got quotes. He said, the fans are happy. We are happier. The first half was not bad. Some players were not as they needed to be. And on Cherki, he said he's an extraordinary talent. The challenge for Ryan is that he was playing too close to Donnarumma. To make assists, you need to be further up the field. He is understanding that now, which is good for him and great for Man City. On the title race, he said, we are coming up against a team that has not lost many games. Before the Carabao Cup, not many people in the UK would be a pound on City. Now, people are seeing we're in good form, but we have so much respect for Arsenal. They have been the best side in the country so far. Beating them once is difficult, but twice in a few weeks is even harder.
Pep is bullshitting you guys. He's confident. He's confident. Man. That's everything used to happen to us. Pep's not saying that in a change room. He's saying we've got our foot on their neck, guys. Do not let your foot off their neck. They are pooing it. They are scared. They're nervous. They're going to come to the Etihad and we're going to smoke them. That's what he's saying in that change room, right? As long as we approach it right, boys. As long as we approach it right and you give me everything and you listen, we will smoke that lot over there, right? Coming up because they don't know how to win. They don't know how to get over the line, and we'll show them when they come to the Etihad, right? But on Cherki, that's what I'm saying. At Lyon before, he would have roamed all over that pitch trying to get the ball if it weren't going his way. He'd have been able to do that. He was allowed. He was a maverick, right? There's rules and regs at Man City. And as long as he adheres to that and he understands and listens, he will become a top player at Man City, no doubts. And looks like right now, he's listening to what the manager's saying and he's getting these rewards. And when a player who didn't want to listen maybe or was a little bit, I know what to do, finds a manager who he respects and can then listen and then sees results out of it, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for opponents.
I got a quick inside story on Cherki when he came into the Lyon first team because he was at Lyon B. He walks in, you got all these guys in the changing room. They're like, what's this young guy doing over here? He goes, yeah, hi guys. Some of you guys might have heard of me. I'm Rayan Cherki. He goes, don't worry, I'm just going to leave my stuff here in the first team changing room because after this session, you'll probably understand. First team, we're looking at what is the arrogance? Who does this guy think he is? Rio, Steve. After one training session, they said, yeah, you know what? Just leave your bags in here, mate. You're all right.
Yeah,
he was that talented. So,
can I just say, just looking at Chelsea, right? Liam Rosenior, he's won 11 of his 21 games. But of those 11 games that he's won, he's got Charlton, Wrexham, Hull, Port Vale. That he's absolutely gash, you know.
Steve is mad, you know. Steve, you come with some left field comments sometimes. It's funny, man. You make me laugh. But there's big problems at Chelsea. Just as Jonathan K6121 says, there's massive problems at Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
Enzo wants to go.
Absolutely. We got him next weekend.
Yeah. Enzo's flirting with Madrid.
What happens to Cole Palmer? What happens to Cole Palmer? Is he going United?
Mad overrated.
I don't know.
What?
Overrated.
Come on. No.
You weren't saying that last season.
Yeah, it was.
Can't trust me. Listen, I want to thank the fans.
You know this.
I want to thank the fans, only the fans who ain't said anything negative about me today. The viewers, you guys have been brilliant. Not the other fans. I want to say thank you very much for watching Rio Meets as well during the course of the week. Rio, you're coming out with some absolute bangers, and I'm hearing there's a banger tomorrow morning. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah. I can't disclose her name, but boy. Just to keep an eye on the socials. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys. And
you recording it tomorrow? Or is it already done?
No, I've recorded it already. It's unreal.
We know the name. I know the name. I ain't gonna say it.
When I saw the message in the group, I didn't know if it was already recorded or if that was a release date.
No, it's recorded. It's recorded.
It is this one, guys. I'm not, usually people hype up on YouTube because they want you to smash like and etc. But if you do not smash the like button or anything, this could be the biggest regret. Honestly, I would miss work to watch this interview tomorrow. That's how mad it is. It's so big.
No, it's not tomorrow though. It ain't coming out tomorrow.
Oh, it's not.
No. It's getting edited and everything tomorrow. All of the stuff's fine tuning and stuff like that. But it'll come out next week. So
okay.
Like this guy's coming to LA to see us.
I don't know. Can't disclose this information, Steve. Live on. We don't know. Maybe. Ain't nothing's been fine tuned. We're talking. That's it.
So much news, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Obviously, you got Michael Carrick's Tricky Reds playing tomorrow against Leeds.
Yeah, massive game.
I absolutely ballsed up my preview because I forgot that Maguire is suspended because it's been 97 years since we last played. But obviously, he got suspended for getting sent off. Who plays at centre half for us tomorrow?
I see Martinez is training, isn't he?
You're not going to throw him straight in against Calvert-Lewin, surely.
I think he might just. I think I would play the two young kids. I'd play Hayden and I'd play Euro. Yeah, I'd play them two and go at it. Dominate Calvert-Lewin, go and dominate him. I would. Tough game, big game, but I'd also want to see how they react in this moment as well. In that firecracker of an environment, I'd like to see that, and I want to see the outcome. So yeah, I'd go to two young boys. I think United will win 2-1.
The Rio Ferdinand derby. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. We look forward to seeing you guys during the course of the week. Like I said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Massive shout out to Rio. No shout outs to Steve. We will see you soon. Keep on watching. Peace.